So these Love Island ladies are apparently all in their 20s, but they're looking older. They don't necessarily look like they're in their 20s, right? I mean, more like maybe in their mid to late 30s. And we've done some videos on YouTube where we've talked about this with all the different injectables and all the different plastic surgeries that people are getting younger in life. They're starting to look older, and the women who are in their 50s and 60s who are getting, facelifts and other procedures are starting to look younger. So it's almost like everyone's looking like they're in their mid to late 30s. And it's almost like this weird regression to the mean. But if that's what makes them happy, that's good. But I think we are kind of losing our youth a little bit as we, subject people to the same procedures. And especially when they're overdone.
Apparently, Gen Z is like aging really rapidly.
23. In my opinion, I look like what a 23-year-old would look like.
I'm 25. I'm not even gonna pretend like I look like what a 25-year-old should look like.
I was humbled so quick tonight. I was on live with my boyfriend and someone was like, "How old's your girlfriend?" And John jokingly responds 47. And the girl comments, "Oh, I thought she was early 30s. I am 23. Let's do our makeup for the day as I talk about how I started the Gen Z aging like milk trend. Back in September, I had posted a TikTok saying I was on live with my boyfriend. My boyfriend jokingly said I was 47 and someone commented back that I look early 30s. It kind of blew up over the next couple months since September because everyone was like stitching it, saying like their age, their thoughts on why Gen Z is aging bad, etc. And guys, it was humbling. A lot of people had their theories on it, like, did she get Botox? Is it the makeup? Is it the way I'm styling myself? A podcast even referenced it, and I would always get tagged in it. And, like, over the past week, New York Times actually interviewed me on it and, like, asked about it. And honestly, I have a lot of thoughts on the whole Gen Z aging thing. I've always sworn by this, and my friends and I say it too, but I think Gen Z is the first generation to really truly care about like skincare and makeup at a young age. Like the beauty industry has expanded so much. So I feel like a lot of us, and I'm not speaking to everyone, and maybe this is me just like flattering myself, I don't know, but I feel like the advancement of makeup can make us look older and just appear like more mature and put together. And I'm not gonna lie, for a minute, it really did start to get to me. And it got me overthinking, like, shoot, maybe I should be doing less makeup or I shouldn't be dressing like this. But also, no, like, that's who I am. That's what makes me me. So I'm not going to stop doing those things. This is a quote very known on the internet. Some doctor has said it, but it's like that women are expected to look age 25 from the age of 15 to 40. And I think that is so true. I don't know, maybe I'm just saying this to make myself feel better, but I genuinely think like I myself can't tell the difference of someone 18 to 35. I just feel like it's one of those things where like you're always going to assume they're your age. Like, I feel like with women, it's just like a hard phase of life to really tell. It's super ironic and almost funny because we're one of the first generations to be like, stay out of the sun, wear sunscreen. Whereas like my mom's generation was like baking with tinfoil on their face. So you would think we'd be aging better, but I really think it just has to do with style trends now. Like my mom even said she never wore crop tops, even in her 20s. Like it just wasn't as big of a thing, maybe a little something, but so many young girls in their 20s are like wearing more like, I guess you could say like sophisticated outfits where they're showing our stomach, we're wearing tight things, and I feel like it was just kind of different 30-40 years ago. At the end of the day, it's just, your face shape, your face structure, there's not much to it. I'm not going to deny it. I feel like it's just one of those things I've always looked a little bit more mature for my age. And listen, I'm not against Botox at all. I've never had it yet. And probably when I am in my 30s, I will get it. I think when any video goes very like viral and you see all the comments, especially if it's like pertaining to your appearance, it can be like really hard on you mentally. I also felt the need to kind of just put it out there that aging is a beautiful process. Like it's a privilege to get older, and I don't take that lightly. And everyone's gonna age. None of us are escaping it. It's just life. Can we do things to try to prevent it? And can we admit, like, yeah, getting older isn't fun? 100%. I also have a theory that like when you grow up with social media, like I can look back at Snapchats of me from when I was 12 years old, so you can physically kind of really see your face change. If you're not careful and cautious with it, you can go down a bad rabbit hole. Gone asked, like, why do you think Gen Z is so obsessed with like the aging process and like looking younger, yet you guys kind of look older? And I was like, I really think it's just like social media. We have almost too much access to like comparison of our old selves, of other people. And I think also it just comes from like wanting to learn from older generations and take care of ourselves. Like we know what the sun can do to you. We know what not taking care of our skin can do to us. So we just want to get on it early. Am I upset that I'm one of the faces of Gen Z aging bad? No. Did it make me question myself a little bit at first? Yes, 100%. But at the end of the day, you just have to be confident in yourself and who you are. Take it personally. I am happy with who I am. For any younger or older girls watching, you are beautiful. Truly, age is just a number. Honestly, getting old is a privilege. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just my whole take on the Gen Z aging like milk trend. And yeah, we're ready for the day.
So my birthday's coming up on the 30th of this month, October. And so I've been thinking about aging a lot. And I was requested to do a video on the fear of aging for women. But I have something different that I wanted to pivot in a way that's a little bit more educational for everybody. Is why is this generation aging a little bit faster than normal, right? Because though my birthday's coming up, I don't know if I'll ever share my age online. I am up there. I am up there in age. I do notice that people that are younger than me, a lot of times when they say their birthdays, I'm like, whoa, I would think that we were in that same age or they were older than me. I'm like, oh, wow, subconsciously, just real quick, not even trying to be rude or anything, but I'd be like, you're only 25? You're only 28? Wow, that's crazy. There's no way. I thought at least, But I'm like, why is that? What is happening that is making everyone age so fast? And I compiled a list together, my handy dandy list here, of the 12 things that I feel is making this generation age a little bit faster. And if you're engaging in these things, stop engaging in them so that you could look like you at least 28 or 29, even though you're almost touching 40, okay? Because millennials, the 40-year-olds these days are looking good. The 35-year-olds and the 30-year-olds are looking good. But I'm wondering what's happening with our younger generation today, right? But before we get into all this, first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Korean Illumental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. So the number one thing I have here, of course, is vaping, e-cigarettes, and hookah, alcohol, and psychedelics, basically substances. But most importantly, like hookah, the glamorization of hookah, oh my goodness, it has to stop. It's so bad for your lungs. It's so bad for your skin. It's so bad for you, period.
Hookah gave us carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, that could actually happen. Carbon monoxide is an odorless gas, so you might not even notice anything that's going on. You fall into a coma and you pass away. Organs such as the brain, heart, as well as other vital organs could be impacted. If you're lucky to have symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, you will go to the emergency room. We will give you oxygen.
The amount of nicotine and the amount of carbon monoxide that is absorbed during a hookah session is way more than the amount absorbed during a cigarette puff. And as we know, cigarettes are very bad for our bodies and they lead to COPD, they lead to lung cancer, as does now research shows hookahs.
Apparently, Gen Z is like aging really rapidly.
You want to know why? It's the vaping. Vaping was sold to all of us, but particularly Gen Z, as being this significantly safer alternative to smoking. And while maybe it has less carcinogens, it is not better for your skin, or lungs, or your heart. So no, it's not actually good for you by any stretch of the imagination. Which is why, while smoking as a percentage of the population has been going down over time, e-cigarette use or vaping has gone way up, especially in the younger generation. So story time. My mom used to organize her high school reunions, and when I was a teenager, I would often get roped into serving as a check-in person for those events. I can vividly remember going to her reunion to be a check-in person when I was in high school. This was probably my mom's 30th high school reunion, and being amazed at how old all of my mom's friends looked, except for one of her classmates, who did not look a day over 30, despite them all almost being 50. And she told me what her secret was. She never smoked, she never tanned, she wore sunscreen every day, and she drank water every day. And my mom's a boomer. She grew up in the sun-worshipping generation, and she, like a lot of her peers, smoked. She stopped both of those things earlier than most of her classmates did. And the toll of both of those activities was profound. Both smoking and tanning made them age way faster. I'm a millennial. Fewer of us smoked, and fewer of us lived in smoking households or had to work in smoking workplaces than our parents or Gen X had. We were around it less. And we are too old to have been the primary targets of vaping. So overall, fewer of us smoked. And even though tanning beds were a big deal for us as teenagers, most of us figured out that was really terrible for us by our 20s and stopped doing that, and embraced sunscreen. Most of us are also obsessive water drinkers. The net effect of all of that is that we are aging a little bit more gracefully than our parents did. And the biggest difference between us and Gen Z is the vaping. It may be slightly less carcinogenic, but it is still absolutely terrible for your skin. Also because you don't have to finish an entire cigarette to vape, you vape way more, which also exposes your skin to more smoke. According to a 2020 study, average vapor vapes 365 times per day and went through 98 milliliters of e-liquid solution every single week, which is again exposing your skin to a lot of chemicals every single day, many times a day. The best thing that you can do to help yourself age less, wear sunscreen, drink water, and stop smoking. Yes, including vaping.
I've seen so many people talking about how Gen Z looks so much older than they are, and they don't understand why. I know people who are almost 10 years younger than me, and we look the same age, or they look older, which is honestly spooky. You could not convince me that it is anything other than nicotine consumption and vaping. Talking to this girl the other day, and she is 19, and she was telling me how she needs Botox, her skin looks really dull and lifeless and gross, and I was like, see that thing in your hand? Like, that is what it's from, for sure. She had no idea that nicotine ages your skin. This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't have DARE in school. This is what happens. I literally had to pull this up because she did not believe me when I said that nicotine ages your skin so severely. Nicotine sends cells into inappropriate activity, leaving your skin sagging and wrinkled. What? Not I. Not I. I will tell you what I didn't know, okay? And that's right down here where it says formaldehyde from e-cigarettes can be 15 times higher than smoking cigarettes. This is another one talking about how nicotine can age your skin, along with the toxins that are in nicotine. Lead? People talking about boomers with their lead stares. Y'all better watch out. It's coming for you. Anyways, all of this to say that I love aging. I think aging is beautiful. However, I do not think that we should be aging 10 times faster than we normally would. And I am convinced that it's the nicotine. I'm convinced.
Wow, I don't know why I'm crying. It's not that serious. I've been slowly building up my motivation to quit, and today's the day. I actually have a whole graveyard of them. This isn't even half, there's more back there. I went to CVS and got myself some nicotine gum and some zero sugar candy if I get the fruit flavor cravings. Made myself a nice little tray with all the teas and different supplements and kombucha just so that I can try to curb the cravings. And I even got this cute Stanley dupe from TJ Maxx so I can drink more water. You might think I'm overreacting, but if you've ever tried nicotine, it's really freaking hard to quit. I did some research, and if you're having really bad withdrawals, you can put a couple drops of essential oil and do some breathing exercises to calm down. And if I just try to quit in silence, then I could probably just relapse in silence. I already told some of my closest friends that I'm gonna try to quit this year, and I want to follow through with it because I don't want to do the harmful stuff to my lungs anymore, you know? It's not good for your skin, it's not good for your immune system. I just want to stop.
The e-cigarettes, the vaping, people cannot live without it. Your voice sounds all raspy and gone. I know my voice sounds a little stuffed up. I'm getting out of a cold, but it ain't no hookah. It ain't no e-cigarettes. But it's so bad for you, and it has normalized, and it sags your face. And even though you're getting fillers and Botox and stuff to kind of combat that, it's still showing through that you're not living the healthiest life when it comes to substances. And I'm glad in my generation we didn't have those things. We didn't always have cigarettes. Kids would stick to, smoke cigarettes, but the smell would be on you so strong. You just couldn't really do it, The most they'll do is a little puff pass of the ganja, But that hasn't been known too much to age you in that time. But these new substances like I hear, The second one is fillers, plastic surgery at an early age. It seems like it used to be a thing for celebrities, but now I could literally just grocery shopping at my local grocery store and everyone has fillers in their face. It's like a status symbol for them. They feel like they have more money when they have it. Like everyone has it. You go to your dentist's office, your doctor, everyone has it. And anytime I'll go to get a facial or something, they're always trying to encourage you, oh, we could do facial balancing for you, or we could do this, we could tweak this for you. I'm just like, no, I like my face the way it is because I understand that you can't reverse a lot of these things once they're done. You can't. It just moves around in your face.
Are a bunch of Gen Zers talking about how they feel like they're aging worse than millennials or sometimes even their parents? And so much so it has even made it to the New York Times. So let's discuss. I feel like there are probably a few things at play here. First off, this obsession with preventative Botox and using filler and all this stuff in your 20s or even in your teens, it has really got to stop. It is aging you. And even though it may look good in the short term, by the time you're in your late 20s or early 30s, you are likely going to look much older than you really are. With Botox, dermatologists are warning that when you freeze these muscles here, it actually causes some of your other muscles to compensate on your face. So you can end up getting wrinkles in other areas of your face that you wouldn't ordinarily get. And also the skin, it's paralyzed, so it becomes weak. And over time, it may actually be more lax. And finally, stress. If I had to go through my childhood with social media and the constant onslaught of horrific world events and perfectly filtered faces, I would be stressed AF, and also my premature aging would be through the roof too. So I completely get it, but you guys need to learn how to meditate, how to chill, and how to turn your phone off. Airplane mode is there for a reason.
And I'm not judging anyone who does these things or who did them without knowing, but that's people that know. They watch all these videos of the side effects on other people, how the regrets people have, like look at Kylie now and other people that are just aging faster and they still do.
Unedited photos of Kylie Jenner are circulating the internet and fans are saying the 25-year-old looks like she's aged 15 years. The mom of two already faced backlash for wearing a giant lion's head, but fans have chimed in on her alleged face filler saying, quote, her face has aged so much, and Kylie Jenner literally looks 40 in the face.
What's going on with Kylie Jenner's face? Well, Kylie's recent appearance at the Paris Fashion Week created a lot of buzz on social media platforms, but fans were quick to notice that something about her face did look completely different, and perhaps not even in a good way. As you can see, Kylie's face appears inflated and puffy, making her look much older than her age. So what's causing that? Well, this phenomenon is often known as pillar face, and it usually occurs when someone gets too many dermal fillers injected in their face, leading to an overstuffed look as the filler accumulates and also starts to sag downwards naturally with age. And this tends to make the cheeks and other parts of the face puff out. Most fillers are hyaluronic acid based and can hold up to 1,000 times their weight in water, which, when used incorrectly, these fillers can swell with water and give the face an inflated appearance. Poor technique is another cause of pillar face, where the filler can migrate out of its original position, making the face look warped. Kylie's noticeably rounded cheeks, swollen under eyes, and lips are likely caused by incorrect or excessive use of dermal fillers, giving her an unnatural appearance and thus causing her to look much older than 26.
You can always tell, because I really think it is body dysmorphia with people that get it, because they really swear they look good. And there's all people that are in that same life that's getting those things too that will hype you up. So you don't see how you look to a normal person. A normal, sane person looking, it's like, oh my goodness, you have the pillow face. Or not just that, you look old, you look fake, your lips like about to bust, you know, your face is stiff. It just ages you so badly, and you can't have expression. Like you can't, Your expression is just very stoic. And I think there's a delusion too, as your eyebrows are, it looks like you got the tightest of ponytails in your head. They really feel like they look good. And I'm not saying that people don't look good. Well, of course they do look good. Like when Kylie first had it, you know, like there's a era you first get those things, you look fabulous. But as you're keeping up and stuff, you see eventually with time, it just ages you. That first year you got it, you look fabulous. Like I don't know what everybody's talking about. They're just haters. They're jealous because they don't look as good as me. Period. But with time you realize, oh my goodness, this was a huge mistake, but you cannot undo it, and it makes you really, really sad. Third is mental health is at an all-time high, which ages you. I've never seen more anxious people, and that's because we've lived through the age of 2020. We lived through the first Black president. We might potentially have the first woman president, female president. We've lived through so many firsts in the world. Oh my goodness, we might potentially live through World War III. So much is happening, right? And so our mental health is at an all-time low. People don't know what to do anymore. We're not sleeping. We're We're insomniacs. Like, there's just a lot of stressors happening that ages you so much. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We are aging just due to stress and the mental age. It takes a toll on you. Stress saddens your skin. It gives you wrinkles, frown lines, etc. If you're not smiling, the Bible literally says that laughter is good for the soul. It is medicine, a joyful heart. You know, the Bible literally says to enjoy your days and enjoy life because your mental health. That's why I said cast your cares and anxiety onto me. It can really age you and make you look older than what you look like. And a lot of today's generation are not really sure on how to have stress management because we're just online so much and you're not learning good coping mechanisms. Y'all don't know how to just be bored. I came from a generation where you just be bored. Like the computer, there was one computer in the house and it was in the living room and we took turns to use it. There wasn't laptops. It was just desktops and the computer was timed. And yeah, that was just that. We didn't live on social media. We knew how to be bored, go play outside, live within ourselves. And it helped a lot with our stress. But now we in a fast-paced, environment where we get bored so easily. It's almost impossible for people to even regulate. Y'all don't know how to regulate. Number 4, of course, is now Ozempic, which is a new thing. But before Ozempic, if you're from my generation, there was Slim Fast. Jenny Craig, right? There was that Slim Fast. Let's talk about it. There was always these energizer things, coffees you could take that make burn a lot of fat, and those people aged, had heart attacks and stuff. Those Red Bulls, I have a friend, her father passed away because he had an addiction to Red Bull. Literally, let me not say addiction, but he worked night shifts, so he would drink it a lot. And he had a heart attack while driving. And so those energy drinks, Celsius, all of those things are not good for you. Y'all doing a lot of those. So when I say Ozempic, I mean all those things too. I know those things can be helpful, but y'all doing it while not being under the care of a doctor, or y'all getting it under, y'all know what I mean? Lying, getting it, or just ODing with it, like not knowing when to quit, not knowing when to give it up, and not giving yourself the discipline to lose the weight naturally, but taking the shortcuts that is aging you because you lose the fat so rapidly. Even when people fast, because fasting is another little thing I want to throw in there as bonus. Y'all OD with the fasting and all this sagging skin ages you in your face. You can't OD. Fasting is great. It's in the Bible and stuff, but there's a way to do it. There's a way you do the fast too. Even when you're doing it that way, come on. Y'all aging yourselves. Number 5 is getting BBLs instead of working out and their faces is still chubby. People got BBLs, but still fat and look heavy. Oddly, it makes you look older because fitness is attached to youth. So there's a lot of people in modern day today. It's no longer just for celebrities. Literally go to the grocery store and then you'll see like my average friends, they have BBLs, but their arms are still like, girl, your arm is huge. your back, everything, like you still look big. They just inched your waist and then gave you a butt. Like your body proportionately doesn't match. And it ages you. That heavy look, you look heavier than if you were just to be big. Because chubbiness on the face actually makes you look younger, right? Chubby people facially look younger because fat makes you look younger, right? On the body, not so much, But on the face, yeah, it's good. But if on the body, even though you're slim, but your butt is heavy from that BBL and stuff, your waist is snatched, but your legs, your arms, your neck, everything else looks big, it makes you look even older. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, if you're gonna get the BBL, still work out. Don't just every time you keep adding to it, you're not working out, you're eating however, and you think you look good. 6 is GMO and ultra processed foods. Everything is poison now. Nothing tastes the same anymore. And I've been watching what I've been eating a little bit more these days and really avoiding processed stuff like poison. Try to cook as natural as possible, make your own food. I've been back into cooking and getting your things from the Amish market, free range beef, free range animal products if you're going to eat meat, and even salmon, not farm raised salmon and stuff, wild caught without extraness in it. But you got to be really careful because a lot of those things do age you. Junk food, sodas, processed foods, those GMO vegetables. Even if you're vegan, you think you're vegan, but you're getting your groceries from the grocery store, the local grocery store that's, still in a package and stuff. You're eating all that tofu and fake meat, processed fake meat. Aging you, because a lot of vegans, I know, not all of them, the ones that do it right, actually look younger. There's a lot of vegans. They're out here eating nothing but Oreos and vegan chips and stuff like that, tofu, fake meat, and all that stuff. They're not going on weight. Y'all look old, and it's crazy to me. Emaciated, if not really like y'all have an ED, you know? 7 is lack of sleep. Insomnia is normalized. We stay on social media, endlessly scrolling, doom, and it is aging you. Also, stress from excess news and outrage every 2 days. Like, social media has made it worse. We know everything that's going on everywhere at all times, and it does nothing for you but creates stress, puts you in a place where you're always anxious. And this is aging you. We were not designed or created to know so much all the time, to like have so much access to what is going on in the world, and it is aging you. That's why people that tend to protect their peace, delete their social medias, and have limits on themselves or curate their algorithm. These days you can literally curate your algorithm. You don't have to leave. You follow people that are positive, that you only want to see, and then you keep it at that. And even if you're following some toxic people because maybe they're family, whatever, you can mute them. You can mute their stories and mute their posts to where you don't have to see it. It'll show up on your feed. You can protect your peace, and you don't have to know everything in this information age if you're not ready for it. But pray that the Lord revealed to you. You know how many things I unfollowed, I removed? Oh, my mental health has been so much better for it, and I've been glowing for it because I refuse to keep having those things be in my space. Number 9 is heavy makeup. Heavy eyeshadows, messy makeup, dark lipsticks, and thick blush, etc. The heavy makeup, really ages this generation too. We have kids that are like 11, 10 wearing makeup now, going to school, prom. Like every time it's prom and we see these kids do their prom stuff, I be thinking these are 30-year-olds. I kid you not. The makeup be so heavy and the outfits and stuff that a lot of people would say those things like, dang, these are some grown, but even the men, they're not wearing makeup. So boys in high school, and they be looking, I don't know what's going on with this generation, honestly. I just don't know. But the heavy makeup is really, really doing something to y'all. The heavy eyeshadow with the diamonds and all that, it ages you so much.
The reason that Gen Z looks so much older is because millennials was not allowed to wear makeup in middle school. Boys was not checking for you if you had makeup on. And when I'm talking about makeup, I'm talking about you could wear a little mascara, a little eyeliner, but the boys was not checking for the girlies with the foundation makeup. We're talking about black people here. No, but white people was doing, but it was not a flex to have weave or makeup. Like, it was a thing. They wouldn't even talk to you if your hair was fake. They will roast you so bad if you had weave outside of like braids or something. At least in Colorado, where I'm from, Denver, where I'm from, I cannot speak for anywhere else, but being a natural girly was a flex. And for me personally, we didn't even start wearing makeup till we was in our 20s. And y'all had to watch us fail in our 20s with thick eyebrows, raccoon eyes. Like, this is why they look older. They don't start wearing heavy foundation in middle school, high school. So y'all could come for me if you want, but
I'm telling you, the softer your makeup, the more natural. I learned that because I used to be the girlies that would, I'd hook up a good makeup. Okay, I love creativity, but I realized, like your lashes flying with you, your nails super long, curving. Like, no, just tone down, chill down. The softer, more youthful you look when you're just soft with it. Number 10 is tanning. Yes, tanning. And it's not just for white people, because black people tan too. If you're super light skinned, you'll go sit on the sun and you get a little golden glow to you, a little glow, a little sun kiss. I love a good vacation. I come back always a little sun kiss. But going to do the artificial tans, do it in the sun, baby. Sunbathe, sit outside for a little bit. But that is messing with y'all. And I said it before, and there's been doctors and scientists finally coming out. As I said, there's going to be a time y'all going to learn that these suntan lotions, not suntan, the sunblock lotions, they giving y'all cancer, skincare. The sun is your friend. The sun is your friend. It's the products you put on your skin and then go in the sun that's messing you up, right? And I know there's been studies of sun versus the sun. No, there's other factors there, darling. It's not just the sun with the sunblock and this. There's others. But sun is good for you, especially if you're black. The sun is good for you. Because then people in Haiti, listen, and Jamaica, they be like 120 years old. I kid you not. Okay, I'm being dramatic. But literally, Everyone lives over 100, you know, in the Caribbean, and they be looking so young and they live in the sun. I'm talking about young, can talk, can walk, their bones, they're happy. A lot of y'all are depressed in America and Asian countries, depressed. Look at the rates of people taking their lives off. We're in the sun. I don't know how come it does good to these people, but all of a sudden here, it's bad for you. I don't believe the propaganda. I'm sorry. Number 11 is overtraining. Overtraining, overworking out really does age you. I had to learn that because you're putting a lot of stress on your body. You have to know how to have rest days. That 24/7, those bodybuilders, those pro wrestlers and stuff. I did a video for China Doll on my documentary channel. Man, listen, overtraining really messes up your bones, depletes you. Like, it ages you. It ages you. You gotta slow down. Like, we weren't built or created to be super muscular too. A lot of them get it through substances, steroids, because it's not natural for you to be like that. So a lot of them do get steroids. If your physique is not naturally like that, and you forcing it to be like that, you gonna end up aged and damaged. Number 12 is toxic relationships. Yes, more than ever, people are indulging in toxic relationships because there's no more sanctity to marriage. There's no more just dating one person. Y'all have a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend every other week. Toxic situations. Of course, it's aging you. You're stressed out every other week about this new person. Y'all sharing people, sharing bodies, all of that stuff is aging you. And from the older generations, there was more reverence for just being with one person, marriage, and, you know, stuff like that. But now, it's just toxic. Y'all in toxic friendships, just toxic. Because of social media, it opens you up to that too. More than ever, we have more friends, although y'all never, because look at what Facebook called friends. You know, do you follow this person? Whatever. Even though you're not engaging with these people physically in real life, throughout your life, those are them, and their toxic life, their toxic energy is seeping through you through the screen. And it's aging you. You're consuming every time they're arguing with their man and they go on live and they cuss and even your favorite celebrity, they're going through a divorce, they gotta come on there with the negativity all the time. Now you mad for them, like, yeah, he shouldn't have done that. Especially if you're an empath, that stress you just invited to your life. You invited that stress to your life. Like, that's that person's situation. I shouldn't know about your situation. I don't even watch those things like, oh, you're divorcing your man. Keep that between you and your man. I don't need that kind of stress to be taking sides and then it's aging me, inheriting your toxicity, even though there's no toxicity in my life. So you got to be careful with that. Your eyes and ears, those gates, monitor them and make sure you keep those stress away from you. Comment below if there's anyone that I missed. And do you agree with them or do you disagree? Or you think Korean doing too much? But hey, if you're a millennial, let me know because I'm a millennial. Okay. Gen Z, I'm just saying there's a difference here, right? There's a difference here. Comment below. Comment below. And if you watch it till the end, this shirt is more of a pattern. I don't know. Just leave a yellow heart in the comments. A yellow heart in the comments if you watch it till the end. I will see you in the next one. Bye.